I see my big giant head. Hi, everybody, it's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to another riveting edition of Adventures After Dark. My apologies for being 9 minutes tardy tonight. I just got back from a retirement party for a dear friend of mine, and I'm just excited for her, and she had a blessed evening, and it was fun seeing a lot of my former coworkers from the data center I was at for a dozen or so years. I've been gone from there for, well, God, it's got to be coming up on 2.5, 3 years now. But it was great catching up with friends and seeing folks I hadn't talked to for a while, and just had a wonderful time. But I got home late because of it, and I haven't had dinner. So tonight's snack will be pepperoni pizza and crazy bread. And of course, we'll probably drink a Coke Zero or two along the way. So, yeah, my apologies for missing last weekend. The weather forecast was for freezing rain and snow Friday during the day. And Mrs. Mustafa was very, very worried about this because she had to get up and drive to dialysis fairly early and didn't want to have to drive herself. She wanted me to get up and take her and then work from home so I could come and pick her up. And I haven't been able to get set up for work at home, which is something I still need to do. I had stayed up Thursday night and was trying to get that set up unsuccessfully, and basically had to throw in the towel and say I have to go to work. And she was not happy with that answer. And so Thursday night into Friday morning, she continued to argue with me about it until about 3:30 a.m. And I did manage to get a couple hours of sleep, but by the time I got home from work Friday evening, I was pretty well shot, so I had to take the night off. I blame Mrs. Mustafa. She would tell me it's my own dang fault and to suck it up, but that's okay. She has a long history of not putting up with my guff, so it's one of the reasons I love her. Puppet Box checking in. Hello, Puppet Box. So I am on Mandalinia. She's an elf. She's a rune keeper. She is on Evernight. And our Wednesday night Adventures on Evernight group, we're working Tarling's Crown Wednesday, and we got a whole lot of work done out there. In fact, I think a few people put on levels, possibly myself included. And yeah, it's been a good time. The group's just been working through all of the group content together as we continue to level up. And it's been quite the enjoyable endeavor. So LOTRO is terrific to play solo if you're not one for grouping. But if you get a chance to run with some friends, it's definitely well worth checking out more of that group content. I always enjoy it. It just wouldn't be the same dying horribly if Freelancer wasn't there to make fun of me every time it happened. So that's a whole thing. Now, I am already kindred in Western Gondor. I've completed just about all the landscape storyline quests. Now, what do you got, honey? Oh, did you want me to show off my... I'll hold it up to the camera. My friend who's retiring used to run the chili cook-off, for which I'm semi-famous for winning years and years and years in a row. And she had the last of the 2020 chili trophies from a cook-off that got canceled. And so she decided to have new awards placed on the trophies and handed them out to a few of us. And she was telling a story about how a lot of the guys would be like smoking meat and soaking their beans and doing all this prep work days and sometimes even a week or two ahead of time. And how the night before the chili cook-off, I would be like, wow, everybody's really putting a lot of work into this. Well, I'm going to go shopping for my ingredients now at the grocery store down the street. And I would come back and usually win a trophy, first or second place every year. So I got fastest, easiest chili winner, which I thought was amusing. She was congratulating me for my studious use of shortcuts, I guess. Mrs. Mustafa brought that in so I could show it off to y'all. We won't hold it up for too long. But, yeah, when I left the data center, I left all of my old chili cook-off trophies behind. So now I actually have one. Gipio checking in. Hello, Gipio. I also seem to have caught another head cold. I am on the downhill slope of it right now, and I actually sound worse than I feel. Tuesday I was definitely getting a throat tickle, and Wednesday was pretty miserable, but yesterday things kind of broke, and I'm feeling a lot better. Not the COVID. In fact, this is a lot less severe than the head cold I had a few weeks ago. Like I missed a LOTRO stream for that too. But yeah, usually what happens for me every winter, either I don't get sick at all, or this crud just keeps creeping back every few weeks all winter long. So hopefully it's not going to be that bad this year, but I'm made of tough stuff. I can take it. I'd rather not. I'd rather not get sick, and I'd rather feel better all the time, but we don't always get to choose. But I saw that quote that's our quote of the day from Rose Kennedy. Life is not made up of milestones, but of moments. And that was very much part of Teresa's party tonight. Just a lot of moments that were recorded and recalled and memories shared, and it was just a very nice evening. I apologize for wearing a button-down collared shirt. I know a lot of you guys probably suspected that I'm homeless and I'm just streaming from a shelter somewhere. I usually am dressed in what I call loungewear, which is basically just code for sweatpants and a t-shirt. But, yeah, I got home late enough, I just basically had to jump right on the computer and beg Mrs. Mustafa to bring me a plate of food. So, on that note, oh, you better not knock me off my horse. I'm trying to eat. There we go. You guys know me, I hate riding past a task item bulletin board. What do we want to get rid of? Clipped ears? Nope. Damaged fur? Yep. Pitted sheaths. As many times as we run the retaking Pelargir epic battle, I'm surprised I'm not already kindred with Pelargir. We have run that a lot. Gipio, thank you for showing us your cans. You have very nice cans. Just like that, task item turn-ins are complete, and I've got 2 extra pack spaces. So I think I need to figure out what I want to do to unlock the roving threats here. Because clearly that's not complete yet. And we've done roving threats up to Western Gondor. But I don't remember if these are rep gated or quest gated here. Tommy Lawless checking in. Hello, Tommy. Rocket League player extraordinaire. Always good to see you, my friend. And always good to be cracking open a cold Coke Zero. Which will help my slightly raw throat. I have spent the last few days coughing. But in a way, it kind of, it gave me that low mellow. Thanks for tuning in and listening to The Night Flight with Big Ed Mustafa. Kind of gives me a little bit of that late night FM DJ voice thing. Or it's all in my mind, one of the two. Maybe both.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Defeat orcs? I can do that. Somebody's inside the pub.
I do not ask much of you.
Corsairs at the Fallen Beacon. Rockhead says, Quiet Storm with Big Ed Mustafa. Yes. Hi, Rockhead. How are you? For some reason, Jajax wants me to come back over here and screw with these Corsairs at this lighthouse. Or this Beacon of Gondor, more appropriately. Okay, I can do that. Crowd control. You already got a melee on you and you're getting shot at by an archer. Stun the archer and finish off the melee. I don't always play incompetently, just frequently incompetently. Well, that I did not mean to do. Goodbye, Protector. Instant Dwarf? You are not wrong, Rockhead. I beg your pardon. I will try to mute those if I have any more. That coughing and hacking is brought to you by the Quiet Storm. Sort of like that episode of Friends where Phoebe gets a cold and she thinks it makes her voice sound super sexy. So when she gets better, she goes out and it's like doing everything she can to catch a cold again. Yeah, I really wasn't trying to catch a cold again. It just sort of happened. We did have a big weekend last weekend. Since Mrs. Mustafa exhausted me Friday morning with her ceaseless arguing, I stayed home and we watched a movie Friday night. But Saturday was her big day down in Lincoln. We went to the Remington Trophy Awards at the Rococo Theater. And the Iowa Hawkeye Center won the Remington Trophy for 2021 as the nation's most outstanding center. Super nice kid. And the awards banquet was a lot of fun. My job is to be the photographer's helper. But I had to dress up, but I got prime rib dinner, and I got to meet Kirk Ferentz, the Iowa head coach. And I got my picture taken with him just to troll one of the guys at work, which was pretty fun. But when I was talking to Coach Ferentz, people were coming up wanting to get pictures with him and handing him stuff to sign. And I just said, "Did you ever think you'd get this warm of a reception in Lincoln, Nebraska?" He's like, "I know, right?" And There's a guy who plays World of Warcraft I work with named Chris, and big World of Warcraft fan, big Hawkeye fan. I actually went to the Citrus Bowl down in Florida to watch them get beat by Kentucky. And so I didn't say anything about meeting Coach Ferens or anything until I went into our team's chat and posted a picture of me and the coach together. And I said, "Sorry, Chris Moore, but my good friend Kirk agrees. LOTRO is way more cool than WoW." It's like, "Oh, dude, you got to meet Coach." He didn't even care I was ragging on his game. Which I was just joking. It was just something to troll him.
Tell me what you need or move.
Lots of folks play both games.
Will you let me speak my piece?
I don't know, I want to go do that again right away. We can go kill some more orcs, though. That's always a good time. But one of the NPCs is missing, and I need to figure out how to get that quest on track. See what we got for Central Gondor. Central Gondor, Ringlow Vale. There we are. Arvathor's Patrol is what we need to do. Tarling's Crown, Roving Threats, Moria Minion, Farinorian, Fangorn. What have I not completed? I don't even have these quests. Complete the Orcish Path. Under the White Mountain. Or use the whistle to summon your new friend if you become separated. I don't think I have a whistle, do I? Checking for whistles. I have a whistle. And look who just popped up. It's my boy Arvathor.
Gondor needs your aid.
Defeat orcs in the lumber camp, salvage tools from the lumber camp, find and speak with any survivors. Yeah, I think I know how many survivors there are at the lumber camp. It's a nice day for a swim. We ride for the lumber camp and for glory. The air is so dry I've had a cough too. Yeah, pretty amazing that Iowa has a better program than Nebraska now. Yeah, no question about it. And, you know, a lot of it, yeah. Kirk Ferens is an old offensive line coach, and I've been complaining about, well, the Husker and the Seattle offensive lines for years now. Everything starts at the offensive line. You can't pass protect, you can't open holes for your rushers. Your defense is on the field too much because you can't sustain drives. If you don't have a good offensive line, you're just not going to get anything done. Uh-oh, Scythejaw's up here roaming around. We want to avoid him. We've been killing some roving threats, but I am not ready to try him solo yet. I think that would be a very, very quick trip back to the res circle. Yep, it all starts in the trenches. And actually, who bums us out even more is Wisconsin. Wisconsin looks like the Huskers from the 80s and 90s. You know, they may not be championship caliber every year, but they're always competitive. They always, you know, take on quality competition, and they usually win some top 10 games. They always have outstanding offensive lines, and they always have outstanding rushers. And it looks like the Huskers from 20 years ago. Maybe 30 years now. It's been a long time since the Huskers were competitive. I can't say that. I thought Bo Pelini was the right guy for the job at Nebraska, and I was excited when they hired him, and I wasn't sorry when they let him go. He did a great job of getting us 9 wins every year, but so what? I mean, that's pretty jaded, especially the downhill slide the Huskers have been in ever since. But, it got to the point with Pelini, he just never could get to the next level. He could never compete for a conference championship. And it just never occurred to him that he needed to change or do something better. It was always the rest of the world's fault. Owen 32 checking in. Hi, Owen. Owen was part of the fun bunch that ran on Wednesday. Who all was there? Freelancer, Zinger, Hard Hit, Gwar, Owen 32, Bacchus, and Adele Valathorn. I'm told on good authority that it's pronounced like Adele the singer. He died. Speak of the devil. Should have stuck with Frank Solich. Frank wasn't a terrible coach either, but he was kind of stuck. I think by the time he got a chance to be head coach, he was kind of not that hungry anymore.
Indeed.
I mean, he wasn't a bad pick at the time for continuity's sake, but and then the other side of the coin is when you look what they did after leaving Nebraska, University of Ohio. Solich did fine there, but he didn't set the world on fire. It was a good place to finish out his career. Bo Pelini went to Youngstown. Hasn't exactly set the world on fire at Youngstown. Not that he's done bad there, but I guess my point is that, it wasn't like there were a lot of other, top 25 schools that were interested in any of our former coaches. If the university were to make the grave, grave mistake of firing Scott Frost, I think he would still have head coaching potential somewhere else. He might have to take an offensive coordinator's job for a few years before he got another shot at a head coaching spot. But he was very successful at Oregon as an offensive coordinator, extremely successful at Central Florida as a head coach. And why he's struggling at Nebraska? I don't know. And Kansas is better than Texas. Iowa State is even better than Nebraska now. Oofta. Ooh, look at me go. Known to Ringlow Vale. Uh-oh, aggro to troll. Elves in space. I got launched. There we go. I just wish Zinger were here. He loves to talk about sports ball stuff. He's got to be pretty excited about the Philadelphia Eagles all being home, resting and recuperating after a long, hard season, and, you know, getting a chance to work on their golf games for a while. Bashar says, more like White Mountain morons. I hate those things. Yeah, they're kind of annoying. Pont and Finberry checking in. Crying Pimp says, that looks yummy. Domino's? It is pretty yummy. It is Little Caesars. I got the pepperoni Pepsi meal. And as we all know, I'm not a big Pepsi fan. I did get the lemon-flavored Lipton Brisk tea, which is sweetened, but not as sweet as Pop. Unfortunately, our local Little Caesars only carries Diet Pepsi as their only diet drink. So Mrs. Mustafa's drinking the tea. I'm drinking Coke Zero. Pont and Finberry, how did your week go?
Corsairs, strange
Are you
armies,
excited for the
now
weekend,
darken
and do you have any
skies.
fun plans? Inquiring minds want to know. There he is.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
We need to defend the entrances. I thought this was one of the entrances that needed defending. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I have to do these in a particular order? near the lumber mill. You got any more coming? Nope. Well, anyway, so the Remington Awards were super fun, and then the next day we finally got our New Year's sushi date done with our friends that we had postponed for the previous 2 weeks due to it just being too damn cold. Yeah, I think we were going to go January 2nd, and it was like literally 2 degrees, like 30 degrees below freezing, and before wind chill, and our friends were like, yeah, let's just stay home. Which I still think Mrs. Mustafa might have had some influence on that. She does not like going out in the cold. But then the next weekend, I woke up early that Sunday morning with a terrible runny nose. Only symptom, just boom, runny nose. Could not get it to stop. I tried everything. Flonase, Allegra D, blew and blew and blew and blew my nose. Hot shower. Just could not get my nose to stop running. I went through a whole box of Kleenex. And about 4:30, we were supposed to meet our friends at 6. My wife was like, are we still going? I'm like, I don't want to have to cancel on them 2 weeks in a row. And she's like, oh, no, they canceled last time. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and postpone it for next weekend. So last weekend was next weekend. And we went out and rocked happy hour at Hero 88 here in town. And got a whole bunch of really good sushi. In fact, I showed a picture of it, I think. Oh, it's in my Discord. I was talking to Manbear Jay, and he'd mentioned he's never had sushi. It's like, oh, dude, you totally have to eat sushi.
How may I help you, friend? Gondor needs your aid.
Orcish totems and banners. Let's roll. Sudafed is generally good for that. Allegra D has Sudafed in it. That's what the D stands for, decongestant. And basically it's easier to buy a gun in Nebraska than to buy Sudafed or anything with Sudafed in it. I'm also usually a big fan of Actifed, which also contains Sudafed. And if you have any kind of allergies or congestion issues, the generic name for Flonase is fluticasone. It's done wonders for me. I really, really like that stuff. It will normally clear me out and keep me cleared out for a good long time. With basically no side effects at all. Just one squirt up each nostril and I'm good to go. And it's not like Afrin or that other over-the-counter stuff from the bad old days where you use it like twice and the third time it just burns the inside of your sinuses. You can use fluticasone daily and not suffer any ill effects. I am a fan, but I'm not a doctor, so please don't take anything I'm saying as medical advice. I am merely conveying my own experience. They don't let you buy Sudafed at the pharmacy just by showing your ID and signing the log. Yeah, but you gotta understand, Nebraska. I mean, there's a store here called Guns Unlimited. I don't know for sure. The Walmarts might still be carrying guns and ammo. And I don't have a problem with that, but I think if I went into a store to buy shotgun shells, I don't even think I'd have to show ID. They just ring me up. But if I want to buy Sudafed, I will end up on a watch list. I always thought it'd be fun to get in front of the state legislature and be like, so yeah, what year did we enact all of these new regulations on Sudafed purchases? And how much has meth usage dropped since then? Oh, it's gone up? So these stupid half measures did nothing other than make it more inconvenient for me to try to get cold and allergy medicine? You dumbasses? It's kind of the problem with government. We will solve the meth problem. Okay, what are you going to do? We're going to make it harder for law-abiding citizens to get Sudafed. And did that work? Who cares? We did something. Alrighty then. There's no feedback loop. There's no... Here's the results we got, and should we alter course? They just kind of declare that they're addressing a problem, and then whether or not it actually fixes anything with what they do, they don't care. That's not a liberal or conservative, Democrat or Republican thing. That's all government.
Gondor needs your aid. How may I help you, friend? These are troublesome times
Enter
indeed.
the orc encampment. We ride for the orc encampment. And for glory. Edith Aldora checking in. Hello, Edith, and hello, Poteen. Typical politician, exactly. They weren't trying to fix the problem. They were trying to buy votes, exactly. Government is supposed to be for the people, by the people, but lots of the time it's actually by the people. Well, sure. Since Hard Hit is not helping out tonight, let's get some shout-outs going here. Potton says, so far it's all been good here. Not much and cooking every day. Had fajitas for dinner today, and we'll see what the weekend has. Nothing planned yet. I haven't had fajitas in a good long time. That sounds pretty good. One of us really likes Tex-Mex and Southwestern food, and the other one is Mrs. Mustafa. Oof, I got wrecked. What the hell happened there? Yeah, me messing with chat, not paying enough attention to what was happening, I guess. All right. I know Hard Hit. I'm just giving you a hard time. We'll get some heals going. There we go. I'm doing hoisin honey chicken tomorrow. Ooh, that sounds good. The hell did I accidentally cast? Steady hands. I'm supposed to be defeating trolls and the captain. Defeat the captain, but not to kneel. If you get that reference, you're old. Sometime a roving threat spawns back in there. Again, not looking to fight a roving threat. That's just fun to check. There's my third troll. Elves in space. He did not make it. I think that's the captain I'm looking for.
These are troublesome times indeed. These are troublesome times indeed.
Quest of Ringlow Vale complete. Nice.
Our Vythor accompanies you into a cavern underneath the White Mountains in an attempt to push back the Orcish forces from entering the Vale.
How may I help you, friend?
Let's murder some orcs. Mrs. Mustafa had Chinese food delivered for dinner last night. Didn't think it was all that great. Actually, the soups and appetizers were fine. I had a beef and mushroom entree that wasn't anything to write home about. Still, better than eating Mrs. Mustafa's cooking, though. Bacchus checking in. Hello, Bacchus. I am doing good. Crying Pimp is allergic to hoisin sauce. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I think that style of black bean they make hoisin sauce is used in Korean cooking quite a bit too. There might be a fair bit of Korean food you can't eat. Or maybe it's just something when they process it into hoisin sauce in particular. A foreboding chill permeates the air of the cave. It's undead. Yeah, we crushed Nerzus in the Tarling's Crown. Escape the dead and return to where you entered the cave. Okay, I guess we need to go. We flee for glory.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Ooh, do I get a free ride back to town without having to hoof it out of there?
Gondor needs your aid. How may I help you, friend?
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I've made some terrible, terrible food choices for today. Lunch was patty melt combo from Sonic, although I did get a Coke Zero with my meal combo. And then dinner tonight is Little Caesars, which either one of them by themselves would not be that terrible of a choice. other than the fact that I haven't really had a vegetable today. It's just been tough being on the go, trying to get any decent food in that little town that I work in now. Gretna's not that far from Omaha proper. It's sort of a bedroom suburb. But man, there's just almost no place to get a salad. I don't know any place that sells soup other than maybe chili. Corn syrup is made from corn. Exactly. I don't get any corn syrup, though. I'm drinking aspartame and sucralose. I guess Little Caesars does put cornmeal on the bottom of their pizza pans, although I don't see any cornmeal on the bottom of my crust. They used to put cornmeal. Helps release the crust from the bottom of the pan. One. Any meal with corn is good in my book. I've mentioned it before. If you like corn, if you want to try something even more fantastic, eat sorghum. It is really good, and I don't know why Americans don't eat it. We only use it as animal feed. It's an ancient grain. It tastes even more corn-like than a lot of corn does. You can buy sorghum flour, you can buy ground sorghum meal, and use it like you would cornmeal. You could make sorghum bread, sorghum muffins. You can actually pop sorghum, although I found that the freshness of the sorghum has a big part to play in how well that turns out. I ordered a big 5-pound bag of sorghum off of Amazon, and it must have been sitting in a warehouse a good long time, because it was not easy to get any of that stuff to pop. But if you actually get popped sorghum cooking, it's a happy thing. It's quite yummy. I think it would be best with an air popper. We don't have one. That was kind of on my list of things to try. Get an air popper and see if we could air pop sorghum in it. Because then you wouldn't have bunches and bunches of dead kernels. You'd only have the popped stuff blowing out. What's funny about it is the unpopped kernels are still edible. They're just kind of chewy. They still taste good. But in a large part of Africa, sorghum is people food. And if you have an African market or grocery near you, or even most good Middle Eastern markets, they should have sorghum flour and sorghum meal available. Yeah, I made corn muffins last year for the chili cook-off at the RC Flying Field. Maybe I should make some sorghum muffins, see how those turn out. I just need to find one more ominous standing stone. This one will do. That was only 3 of 4? Alright, one more to go. My mom used sorghum as syrup. Nice. Can you get it from your local co-op? Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, Bashar says you can pop it like popcorn. He knows. Well, I got to kicking myself instead of ordering it off of Amazon. I've mentioned my buddy Dwayne the Pigeon Racer before. The guy goes to a local feed store to buy pigeon feed. I'm sure they have sorghum. It's like I should have just gone with Dwayne to the feed store and got some sorghum. Probably be way better quality and a lot fresher than whatever the hell I got off of Amazon. Thurlor says, "Oh God, not with the sorghum again." I'm an old guy. I get to repeat myself, Thurlor. It's what we do. Just be glad I haven't mentioned how delicious goat meat is and how goat tastes just like lamb but without the smell. Goats are delicious. Anyway, like I was saying, I didn't mention that, so be grateful. I did have a discussion with Man Bear J about how delicious eel is. So I don't think I've prattled on about that too much in stream before. Man, there's nothing better than getting freshwater eel sushi. They put this little teriyaki glaze on it. It's delicious. The only thing that's weird about it is the meat is really, really soft. It's a weird texture experience. See, Bacchus agrees. Bacchus loves goat. We're not going to mention how delicious goat is, though, because we don't want to trigger Thurlor. Well, why does it say speak with him and he's right here? And oh, is it because I got to go talk to him at the other spot. He coexists in another location. It's all right out there. Goat cheese is yummy. It is delicious. If you get just a regular, plain old, relatively fresh goat cheese, it's like a cross between cream cheese and sour cream. It would be killer on baked potatoes, on potato skins. We had some left over one time, and Mrs. Mustafa wasn't feeling well, so I went to go make, I think we had some beef stroganoff hamburger helper in the cupboard. So I just went to throw something together real quick for dinner. And I was like, we had a little bit of leftover goat cheese. I'm like, I should throw some goat cheese in here. Melted in beautifully, made the whole dish creamy and delicious. So good. Oh, he's probably going to vector me in this direction now, isn't he? Yep.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. There's naught but ill omens these days.
Orcs and the dead hanging out together. I should just be able to run this out. In fact, I think I usually just go charging in here with my horse. It's easier than fighting your way through all those guys. Eldalith raid. Hello, Elda. Katriana checking in. Hello, Katriana. Thank you for the raid. Ginger says my grandmother raised goats for milk and meat was good. There we go. We talked a little bit about LOTRO, but like any typical LOTRO stream, it's quickly devolved into a food discussion. We wouldn't have it any other way. We'll check to see if this corpse has any snacks on him. I nearly splashed out on a VR headset yesterday. Still might, actually still quite tempted. Well, what games are attracting you to the VR setup? I know Half-Life Alyx is supposed to be pretty cool. Beat Saber's supposed to be pretty fun. Mrs. Mustafa says hello, for anybody who heard that. If it sounded like there was a tiger growling, that was just her belching. There's a ruthless dead captain that needs defeated, apparently. That saintly woman hasn't murdered you and buried your body under the garage yet? Well, I've got too much airplane stuff in the garage. She'd never be able to clear it out enough to hide my body. Hi, Pookie. Did you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello. Can I have the sauce?
Yeah.
Do you need more anything?
Well, here, let's do this. Hold up the sauce for me. That ought to keep me busy for a while. Oh, crap. Pay attention, Ed. A little arsenic, maybe? Just be there when she does finally snap and murder me, Edith. You can testify on her behalf. Let the judge know I had it coming. No one will contradict that. Really? You guys do have to fight at one time. I feel like I'm holding my own against the trolls, but some of these orcs hit hard. Oh, Ed. Yeah, if it's any consolation, Mrs. Mustafa manages to get me killed almost every day while I'm playing video games. She'll come in and start fussing around with something or want me to hand her my Coke Zero so she can have a drink. And I'll be like right in the middle of a firefight in Apex Legends or something. She has zero concerns about whether or not it's inconvenient timing for me. She'll be quite insistent that I do exactly what she wants, exactly when she wants it done. Katriana says, I need to run now. Have a good night, all. Katriana, thanks for raiding. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. She's practicing for real life, exactly. Hey, Mrs. Ed, did you hear Miss Ed complimenting your cooking earlier? She knows. You will not hear her bragging up her cooking either. Thank you, Pookie. She has returned with more crazy bread. But yeah, I probably need to get my runestone back on my toolbar. Let's see if I can get that done fairly quickly. So I think this is a fast respawn zone. Writ of lightning? No. Travel skills. Fiery ridicule. I scrolled right past it and didn't even recognize it. Why the hell is it not on my skill bar anywhere? Essence of Storms, Writ of Lightning, Sustaining Bolt, Ceaseless Argument, Epic Conclusion. There it is. I'm not a smart man. Don't be like me, boys and girls. Lock your skill bars. You don't want to be losing your most valuable offensive tool right in the middle of a fight. Were you checking to see if I was wearing pants? Mm-hmm. I'm wearing
sweatpants.
Nope. Still have my jeans on. I didn't have time to change. I had to jump on the computer right away.
That's gross.
Well,
first of all,
Puppet Box keeps track of this, and if I'm late, he gives me a hard time.
First of all, nobody wants to wear jeans ever.
I'm not funny or talented, so I have to at least be punctual. Otherwise, I have no positive attributes as a streamer. Mrs. Mustafa does not like wearing jeans. I don't have the corresponding quest. Well, where's this undead captain I'm supposed to be murdering? Maybe he was outside. Maybe I wasn't supposed to come in the cave. But I got Orc Slayer done. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to survive this. Nope. That did not go my way. That was a little too much aggro. I blame the hungered. I wish I hadn't gotten that far in before I realized I was in the wrong place. Time for an update. That's because women always wear jeans that are 3 sizes too small. Mrs. M just doesn't like pants unless they're sweatpants. The actual experience of it was amazing. Just wasn't able to make out any text on anything, reading the radar display, anything like that. But the sense of presence was incredible. It felt like I was sitting in a spaceship. Cool. Oh, I missed a lot of discussion. So Gipio says, I have an Oculus Quest 2 and it's super fun. I also have been told that Elite Dangerous is fantastic on VR, although I've not tried it. I have an ancient DK2 tucked away in a cupboard. I tried Ed on that, Elite Dangerous, and it was utterly terrible. But it was a very good demonstration of how good it would be on a decent hardware. Ponton says, yeah, I never lock mine, but when I lose a skill, rarely, I forget what was there and the search begins. Thank you, Ponton. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Gipio said, good evening, Mrs. M. Actually, I think a lot of people said hi to you, sweetie. Baka says it was amazing. Puppet Box and Gipio just noticed that they're both here. 2 deaths so far tonight? Yeah. Oh, I think that's why I looked over at chat. I was about to update the death count. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't even need to be in that cave system yet, I don't think. I was just supposed to be whacking dudes on the outside. They had snacks and beverages at the party, and I didn't eat anything because I knew Mrs. M was waiting for me to bring dinner home. So, I'm quite hungry. Ooh, along came a spider. It's funny is I don't think these guys count, but the ones like right behind them do. So I guess I can kill this rock for no reason. Here we go. Yeah, I ran past all the dudes I need to kill, so I could go fight a bunch of dudes I didn't need to fight. I'm not a smart man. Read your quest tracker, people. Don't be like me. Oh, that's the ruthless captain I need to murder. And he walked away. That's okay. There we go. Oh, defeat orcs. Oh, these two idiots. Okay. I could do that. That was all I needed to do. I made that way too complicated. I'm used to those quests where you go inside, but I'm not there yet. Potton says, can't wait now that they've revealed the title for the LOTRO TV series. Hopefully it's good. Oh, somebody posted the trailer in my Discord and I haven't watched it yet. Shame on me. It's been a busy last few days. I feel like I'm settling into the new job pretty well, though. That's been going good. Bloodborne checking in. Hello, Bloodborne. Welcome. You're just in time to watch a little fat guy eat pizza. Best part of the whole stream. Bloodborne, like many of us, is a recovering LOTRO stream team member. And not only does he stream LOTRO, but I believe he's got a podcast as well. Be sure to check that out. Can we plug your podcast, Bloodborne? Bloodborne says, I too had pizza this evening. It is Mother Nature's perfect food. Plug away, Bloodborne. In fact, let me see if I can permit you. Might be unnecessary. There you go. You got 3 minutes to post links and anything else you want to type to promote the show. And we'll make sure you don't get timed out. And it's kind of silly for me to do this since he's so much better known than I. But we'll shout him out too. Oh, enter the cavern. I have to go back to the cave now. What am I supposed to do in the cavern? The Apple Podcast link. It's on all platforms, though. Echoes in the Dark. Very cool. Hey, do you have any tips for Blood playing a champ? Yeah, just don't do what I do. That's my advice for anybody playing any character. But I actually ran into Bloodborne. We both had our champions in Mordor. And there's a group, a landscape fellowship area in Mordor. It's the one where you have to try to free the horses and escort them out of the area. And I remember Bloodborne and I were both kind of poking into that area at the same time to see how far we could get. And it was just like, oh my god, make it stop. Since we were both mainly on Arkenstone. He just says, just Xing Xing. Xing Xing is always good advice. And for anybody out there who hasn't played a champion, oh my golly. It is truly one of the funnest classes. At some point, I will pick Galadriel back up again and start working on War of the Three Peaks. But today is not that day. There we go. Now I need to be in here wrecking fools. When in doubt, just start flailing. So, for those of you who are watching the replay on YouTube, Bloodborne posted a link at Apple Podcasts, podcast.apple.com, US Podcasts Echoes in the Dark. But just do a search for the Echoes in the Dark podcast on your favorite platform, and you will find it. Be sure to check that out. Old man says, someone know when Gundabad will open to buy with points? I am in a similar position, waiting to buy it with points, and it'll probably be sometime in the spring. April, May, June, maybe? I don't think a set date has been given.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I have to make room for wood carvings. Gee, I wonder what I have I can throw away. We'll just drink that.
This darkness is a weight on my
Ooh, a
mind.
class trait point. Nice.
Arvaithor, a man with great
How
passion.
many
for
total
his
LOTRO
art,
points have you
would risk
earned
his
lifetime?
life
I have no idea.
You have requested to join him on this dangerous errand into the hall.
It's a
of
bunch.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Now, I have won some LOTRO points in other people's streams, just hanging out and chatting. And somebody gifted me, as a Christmas present, I think I got a 5,000 LOTRO point code from somebody. But I've just legitimately earned many thousands of LOTRO points from playing the game. All free to play. Oh, he wants to go deeper in. I think it'd be sometime in May, probably about 6 months from the original release. It took a good long time for War of the Three Peaks to release too, and I don't mind. Standing Stone deserves to make money off the game. My problem is at this point I'm kind of like the last unicorn. I don't know anybody else who can say that they're truly a 15-year free-to-play player. I mean, I played back in beta and I've never subscribed to the game. And it's a wonderful game and certainly deserves your financial support. But I get pointed to all the time as, oh yeah, check out Big Ed. He's proof that you can be free to play. What are we doing here? Okay, let's get you two started on that. Let's get you whacked. I think we're going to kill these stones. And I did buy War of the Three Peaks recently, so that does cut into my coin count. But we can take a quick peek. I am sitting on 7,200 LOTRO points at the moment. And that's basically with the whole game unlocked, except for Gundabad. So to the best of my knowledge, I've never dipped into those 5,000 points that were gifted to me a few years ago. I've always had more than 5,000 points since then. Oh, one more stone to crush. Don't be like me, boys and girls. Go VIP. Enjoy your playtime. I spent a lot of time off stream doing what I call character maintenance. I think going VIP just maximizes the fun of your playing time. I mean, you got swift travel, you can mail stuff around easier, you're not having to go find a mailbox when your inventory's full or you want to offload some stuff. What are you doing out here? Leave the rocks alone. Oh, he's picking on this rock. The whole point of destroying these rocks is to get through to this side. And I think he's just going to stay out there and keep fighting the rocks. Let's go, Demi. Okay, he's actually coming with me finally. Ponton says, pretty soon with Update 32, all traits will be unlocked free for free-to-play players. No longer need VIP to buy trait slots. Yeah, I saw your post about that in Discord. That is good news. See if we can avoid Death Count 3. That seems fair enough. Yeah, I've spent a lot over the years on little things like the writing skill and unlocking all that stuff. He's referring to like all of this stuff here. Those are 95 LOTRO points each to unlock those as you level up, and that's per character. So I've spent a lot of LOTRO points on little stuff like that. Racial traits and... Come on. I'm kind of getting my ass handed to me again. Yeah. I couldn't out-heal the damage. That's really annoying. Well, there's a lot of tediousness to die there. Once again, my lack of talent and skill affects my ability to stay alive. Wow. Ooh, I could use some fresh scrolls. Holy cow. I'm still carrying Supreme lore. go. So note to self, don't die at the very end of this sequence like an idiot again. Holy cow. I gotta go through all of this stuff again.
How may I help you, friend?
There we go. The Hall of Nimrod. I don't remember there being an enraged troll here before. Seems pretty calm now. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy vivid imagery. It makes me happy. All right, let's rock. All right, what do we have for food? Will and vitality food. I guess we can dip into the cram. Where's dumbass going? Come here, dumbass. Oh, that's what I want, is to get back here and have him bug out now. Do I fight alone? I guess he's not coming. Nah, it's bugged out now. Son of a bitch. Excuse my language. That is not classy. The Hall of Nimrods. Is that why the NPC is pulling as much as possible? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, maybe if I re-kill the rocks, he'll respond. Tux Ram is checking in. Hi, Tux. Oh, goodness gracious. Seriously? You're just going to stand there like an idiot. Hopefully you sent him some gold. He's short on cash after buying the Kinship all-new tracksuits. Good call. Yes, even Tux Ramus digs Star Wars. Who knew? Oh, they're talking to me. Oh, and they're out there fighting. What's his name? Yeah, he looks like he's basically unkillable. LOTRO on Mondays and Tuesdays mostly. He's going to show no mercy. Yeah, I fear this is going to bug out, and I'm going to have to refight you guys a third time. Okay. I will maintain my cool. I will maintain my cool. I will maintain my cool.
I greet you, friend.
Well, that's a pretty nice bauble. Looks like they had some more rep boxes somewhere to turn in. There they are. You know, that's an interesting question. I think I'm still wearing armor from Western Rohan? Maybe I'm just undergeared for this fight. I didn't even think about it. I imagine some of this content was created with me having Dol Amrith armor equipped, and I am not there yet. Because those two dudes were just crushing me. Man, I love it. Fish are literally worth their weight in gold. Took 15 years, but I am at the top of the economic food chain now. That's probably all I have. Nope, there's some more scholar stuff. Thank you, Bacchus. Ooh, and Hardhit sent me some bank tokens. Thank you, Hardhit. Oh. And better scrolls. Want a hand, Ed? I don't know if you can come along. It's an instance. Might be solo only. Maybe, though. I was saying it at the beginning of the stream. If you ever get a chance to play with friends, do so. It makes the game a lot more fun. I will take my own advice. Alright, Bacchus. Let's go see if I can get this done. Oh, Edith says, I think you can bring 2. And before we head out, I'm in Discord. I don't know if you want to pop into the LOTRO stream channel. I'll probably have to permit you. But most of the Wednesday night group is permitted, just in case, well, instances like this where they join me on Friday night. Or not, you don't have to join me, it's up to you. Yeah, I definitely seem to be shy of something, and I know it's not jewelry. I'm probably just not wearing enough armor. Nope, I didn't ride up the hill far enough. I'm just going to try to ride past the mobs into the cave. Dang archers. There we go, I slid my way in. That was weird. Inventory. Stop it, phone. Yep, it's locked for me. We'll go into my general chat and I'll pull you in and unlock you. And welcome, Bacchus.
Evening, Ed.
So, let's see if the third time is the dang charm. I am not feeling too charming right now. I think we'll do a lot better, because for variety's sake, I brought a second Runekeeper. Who needs better armor when you just have extra firepower? In this case, literally, are you set up as red line?
Yeah, running red. Yellow never appealed to some reason.
I was originally a red line Runekeeper, and then Chromite told me I was just whacked out of my head and I needed to convert to yellow line immediately.
These are troublesome times indeed.
He wasn't wrong at the time, it just kind of, you know, got corrected over again.
Yeah, yellow line was evil. Pretty much cooked, or, well, killed anything that even looked in your general direction.
The trade-off is supposed to be red has less mobility but hits harder, whereas with yellow you can run around and kite more and do things like that, but I generally just play red line on most solo characters. You want to burn down these stupid rocks for me?
Yep.
Thank you. And I'll heal myself before I bleed out again. Dude,
Sure.
that was closer than it needed to be. Holy cow.
I should perhaps pay a little bit more attention to your health bar.
It'd be super embarrassing for you if you came along and I died. Of course, I wasn't paying any more attention than you were. Oh, he's actually going to come in and help now. Good. See how much that easier was once I brought a level 130 plus runekeeper along to help?
How may I help you, friend?
God is on the side of the guys with the big guns.
That doesn't hurt, that's for sure. That's how they won the Battle of Jericho, through prayer and lots of shields, swords, and spears.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Well, I will say they do make you earn the class trait point here, don't they?
That they do. Yeah, some of these quest chains get quite long for the trade points, but generally speaking, they're good.
What should we throw away next?
You've got a whole bunch of maps that you could get rid of. You've got a whole bunch of old battle lore and thingy lore.
Oh, the Supreme ones?
Did you?
Yeah. Somebody crafted those for me, so I hate to just throw them out. I can use them when I'm just farting around and don't actually need the full-powered ones. I'll just sell off some some task items. Don't tell Lariana I did this, or it'll break his heart.
What news do you bring, traveler?
Pretty sure I've got quite the surplus of crafting materials for this tier of scholar. So if you want to, I can make you all the scrolls you need, probably.
Did you not just hook me up with 50 of each?
Yeah, and I can make more if you need.
50 ought to hold me for a while.
Yeah.
Or if I just sell off all my torn skin, that opens up 4 slots.
And G2 gold.
And
What news do you bring, traveler?
Singer, did you want this minor essence of power? Yeah, I think I'm good on shattered hatchets for now, too. Alright, well that's at least enough pack space to continue on. Thank you for helping me get that finished. I was definitely thinking some very Apex Legends-like thoughts.
My pleasure.
There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Oh, now we've unlocked the roving threats. Very good.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
2 roving threats. I think the Wandering Guard has the 3rd.
I'm only seeing one here.
Each of them has 1.
Ah.
And the Scythejaw is on Candor here. I'm not picking them up just yet, but that's a lot of questing everybody will have to do before we can take on those 3. And there's Owen. Hello, Owen. George could have used that essence. Core 2. Are you saying, Zinger, that you're like Edie and you like Thor muscles? We nearly had a colorful language lesson from Ed. I'm keeping it classy. This channel is rated teen. Have you heard some of the words that come out of a teenager's mouth in this day and age? Shocking.
Yes. I was such a teenager.
And if we've learned one thing, Bacchus, if you have an impressionable teenage son or daughter, do not let them play Apex Legends with Big Ed Mustafa. They will learn words and phrases you do not want to hear them utter.
Well, perhaps. Chances are they just learn to use them in a different way.
Probably.
Not anything they haven't heard before.
One of their no good rotten friends will teach it to them at school. I don't, so.
Yep. Might as well teach them how to use it with proper grammar.
Well. I said a couple of things in the heat of anger that I did not like the sound of coming out of Jedi Skidge's mouth later that same day. Like, oh, don't talk like that. Your parents are going to have me sent to prison. Well, I thought the dude I was supposed to talk to was clear back in the next zone, and it's somebody back in town? I'm a little confused. Gosh darn it to heck. Like NFT and blockchains. Oh, that might be the old thing. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to him before I ride on out of his little podunk town that I just helped save. Yep.
We woke this morning to no sun, no light of day.
Now I need to ride to Lynn here. I caught the macaroni virus. Hello, malicious hot dog. Welcome. Pot and Finberry is off for now. Have fun storming the castle. And I owe an apology to Tux Ramus. This is the second week in a row I intended to stream LOTRO on LOTRO stream from my Linux setup. And I got home so late, I was already booted into Windows, so I just rolled with it. It's most unfortunate. So I reset up my Linux on my main computer on a separate drive so I can stream and play from bare metal Linux or bare metal Windows 10 and just pick whichever drive I want to boot from. And LOTRO plays and streams very well. You wouldn't notice a difference between the two. But last week, Mrs. M got into it with me about the weather forecast, which, by the way, I mentioned that she was all concerned about ice and snow, and I was like, well, I can't drive you in the morning. I have to go into the office. And, oh, by the way, none of that weather is going to hit until late in the afternoon. And she was all like, but I don't want to drive myself. You need to drive me. I'm like, I can't. She kept confusing can't and don't want to. But I ended up being right. The weather was perfectly fine until about 3 in the afternoon. She was home safe and sound before the first drop of anything fell. Didn't stop her from keeping me from sleeping the night before, though. Anyway, And then tonight, I had that retirement party I just got home from. It was time to fire up. We are in Lynn here.
There's naught but ill omens these days. There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I think there might be another quest or two to pick up out here. Oh, not yet, it looks like. Alright, I know it's not my usual stopping time, but I gotta be frank. I'm more interested in pizza and breadsticks right now than gaming and streaming. I'm still starving. I've eaten like a slice and a half of pizza during the whole stream, so... you guys know the rules. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And I'll bet we can find somebody even prettier and more entertaining to go raid and say hi to. Val is streaming. Professor Teacher G is streaming. El Galadwin is streaming, but not Lotro, so we can't raid her. Looks like El Galadwin is streaming The Sims 4, my niece's favorite game. So feel free to stop by and say hi to her. I think we will go raid Val. So, if you're not following Adela Valathorn yet, throw her a follow. She is a great streamer, fun to hang out with, and also runs with us on Wednesday nights quite frequently. So, it's always fun to have her along. Plus, she might be the only person I know meaner to hard hit than the rest of us. So, that's why we like her. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will be around on my personal channel this weekend. Come by and say hi if you get the chance. And have fun this weekend. Make the most of it. Canna says, what did I miss? Bacchus, thanks for the help. Take care.
My pleasure, Ed.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, there we go. Well, let me hop on off then. Thanks, Ed.
Yep.
Happy I could